how to create positive habits that serve you. Everybody speaks of you need to have positive habits, you need to have good habits. How do you go about actioning, creating positive habits? In today's episode, we're going to teach you how to do it. Next to me, Annemarie Meyer and Eddie Magane.
Thank you.
Let's create some positive habits.
I feel positive. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you. You are either a slave to bad habits or you are a creator of good habits that serve you. Those are your two choices. That's it.
True?
It's a true or false question. Only two choices. Multiple choice of two. Are you ready?
Yes.
How do we create them? Start easy.
Yeah, sure. Because you don't want to be hard on yourself. You can make it a smooth process. I'll give you an example. I had a habit back in the day of spending too much time on my phone doing nothing productive.
Okay.
But I learned something.
Social media.
Yes.
Okay.
I learned something.
IG.
I need to create that red button. Should be able to catch myself.
Yes.
And it's working. It's working. I've been using it the whole time. So you don't know how it happens. One thing, you're on your phone reading a good message, then the next thing, you're watching pictures that have nothing to do with you. You need to be able to catch yourself and say, this is wrong. I do it when I have a conversation with someone. They come and tell me something very negative. I used to fall into that trap and entertain it. Now, that switch is there. Oh, we're negative now. Okay, let me just listen, but I'm not taking any of that. I'll just give you the time, you listen, and then good, we're done. So you need to start small. You need to start very small. It's small things that can actually change the entire you. So it's not about just changing altogether. You're going to fail.
Absolutely. It needs to be a small, easy process. So as easy as waking up 15 minutes earlier. That's a positive habit. Yeah. Early risers, 15 minutes, it's not going to kill you, I promise. Set the alarm 15 minutes earlier.
You get used to it so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Identify the blocks. That's number 2.
Eddie mentioned something about entertaining negative habits or negative people. Yeah. And I think we all do it to a certain extent sometimes. And it's difficult to step away from that because that is also a bad habit. But you're entertaining someone else's bad habit. So it's your bad habit because you're taking it over. And people complain because they want to get rid of the problem and they want to hand it to you. Yeah. And I started where I used now. Say, after a while, then you catch yourself. Listen, I'm entertaining this for far too long. Yeah. What do you want me to do with it? What do you want out of this conversation? So that's the one part of blocking. And then you've got the other thing, like one of the examples we discussed that earlier is gym. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to exercise. I can't live healthy because it's a public space. It's hard. I don't like touching where other people. I get that very often. I don't like touching. It's sweaty. Nonsense. Then you find yourself somewhere else. Take a stroll. Your own home, your own comfort. It's so easy. You don't need to go to a gym, and that's all blockers. So people tend to, if you make an excuse for something, it's a block, find something else.
So I wanted to ask. So Bobby said you should also try to wake up early, an hour early maybe. So if the block that you have is maybe your husband or your wife asking you where you're going this early, what do we do then? Do you divorce the wife or the husband to fix the block, or what do you suggest?
Give him something to sleep for a bit longer, so by the time you're back, you only wake. No, I lie.
No, that's a tactic only females can deploy on males. Males can't deploy that tactic.
No, you don't do
It's not going to work out well for you that time in the morning.
But that is also a habit blocker. That is because you've suddenly, then you strangle in a friendship or a family kind of situation where they don't believe the same values as what you've got. If your family, then that is a blocker. Then you need to work with your family first.
I even have the code.
Explain to them, to say, I've got 15 minutes earlier. Do you want to go, you do the running in the morning? You want to do it with me? Or am I going to show you? Sleep in, but once I'm back on my smartwatch, I'll show you my distance.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, sorted. But yeah, it's not always that easy. You know that.
Yeah, it's easier with a female to male. It's not easy. The other way is very difficult. Plan for the failure. Let me grab that one. So let's go on the subject of gym. You have to wake up at 4 o'clock. I'm already planning for a failure. Oh, that bed is nice and warm and you don't want to jump out the bed.
The winter's around.
Yeah, the winter's around the corner. So my plan for failure is my first alarm is 4 o'clock, then 4:02, and then 4:04. I've got 3 or 4 alarms. My phone is physically so far away from me that I have to get up to switch off the alarm. So I've already planned for that failure. I've got now 28 minutes to leave the house. My lunch that I take to work is packed the night before. My clothes, the night before. So I'm planning to fail on the time of 4:30 in the car already. So I'm just putting certain things and markers and blockers in place that I don't fail. So already I can see the worst that can happen is I oversleep, I miss the time. How am I going to block for that? That phone is so loud, but it's there in the room. I have to get up, walk to it, switch it off, and then pick up the phone and make a decision. Where am I going?
But if you know that an alarm doesn't wake you up and you only set 1, you don't want to be helped.
Set 10, yeah.
If you know you're that kind of person, if you know you're that kind of person that's a slow starter, don't set it for 4 and then still try and pack lunch. Do it the night before. You know you're a slow starter. You know you're quiet in the morning. You know you need some time, but longer. Do it.
So start easy, identify the blocks, plan for failure, and then that's how you create great habits that serve you rather than fall into a trap of serving negative habits. I hope this content in this episode brought you value. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, hit the thumbs up button as well as...
And subscribe.
Yeah, if you ring this bell, you'll stay positive.
There we go. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.